Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today we're going to go over the second week of November. Got a lot going on, I gotta say. But looking at this, we're going to go over from November 8th through the 14th, day by day. And what I'm doing is I'm sitting in front of my computer and I'm looking at the planets as I shift every day to see where they are in the heavens. And what I do is I relate it to the moon, because the moon is kind of like the movement, the hand of the clock, and where all the other planets are relative to the moon will give us a sense of what we're going to be feeling daily as a collective consciousness outside in the world. So before I dig in here day by day, I want to remind everyone that if you take all of these planets and you put them into your own personal birth chart and see all the transits that are affecting you personally from your birth chart, you're going to want to sign up for the Galactic Planner, because the Galactic Planner does exactly that. It takes your birth chart, puts all the transits to it, then it's going to deliver into your personal calendar on your phone or your computer, and there you will be guided by the stars every day. So one more thing, go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and sign up for my free newsletter and get all of my predictions delivered to your email every single week. Also, do not forget my Patreon. If you want to be part of a spiritual community, talk with us live every day, go to my Patreon. You'll find all of that on galacticcenter.org. Now let's get going, starting with November 8th. I love that day. That's my birthday. So let's see what's going on for me on November 8th. It's a crazy time to have a birthday in November, isn't it? I mean, honestly. So on the 8th of November, we have the moon in Capricorn, but it's moved into the nakshatra Shravana. And Shravana symbol is the ear, because it deals with listening, hearing people out, truly listening. But I gotta say, the moon has moved past Pluto and the Mars opposition, but they're still in orb, so it's still a very intense day, and all that's going on per se with what's come about with the elections. It's intense. Saturn goes to the second house from the moon, so you need to be very cognizant of your finances. Get them in order. Get them where you understand what you're paying for and what you're doing financially. Now, another thing is Venus is still 12th from the moon, so a lot of hidden agendas are coming out about people that you know pretty much. And Jupiter being in the 5th house from the moon, this is a day to be creative. And Jupiter is aspecting Mercury, 11th from the moon. It's a good time to come together in friendship, meet new people, find new connections. And this is like a great time to find connections even through your work. The sun is in the 10th house, and the sun is very strong in the 10th, so it's a time for work, connections, creativity. It's a day for great creative process. And be careful with your financial matters on this day. So November 9th, the moon has moved into Aquarius. And while it's in Aquarius, it is approaching Saturn. And with that, you're going to find that there's a heaviness that starts to come out of this day as the moon aligns with Saturn in Aquarius. But the moon in Aquarius is in the nakshatra called Dhanishta. Dhanishta deals with timing. So if you get an urge to go to the grocery store, go have a cup of coffee somewhere, listen, because it deals with an inner connection with timing, being at the right place at the right time. And use this day for what its possibilities are all about. And this is fantastic. So let me see. And Venus during this day is exactly square Neptune. So be aware, though, that you might fall for someone or feel like they are incredibly better than they are. Venus, when it's aspecting Neptune, they say you have rose-colored glasses on. So in other words, be aware that you might be not seeing things clearly, especially in the area of love and romance. And we do have Mars in the 6th house from the moon, so this is a day that there could be some struggles, especially in the workplace. Take care of your health during this day. And let me see, so from the moon we have Rahu Neptune. Be careful about your spending. You might not be seeing things clearly. The value in things is not what you think it is. And Mercury being right there at 15 degrees of Scorpio, which is actually conjunct the fixed star Antares. Be aware of being a bit overly angry about things mentally, and be careful how you express yourself. Okay, so now we're looking at November 10th. And November 10th, the moon is still in Aquarius, and it is in the nakshatra Shatabishak. That nakshatra deals with the 100 healers. It is a very intense nakshatra, though, ruled by Rahu. So this is a very intense day to lay low. I'm going to say that because the moon in this nakshatra is aligning with Saturn. And this means you have a heavy sense of responsibility. Things don't feel that good when Saturn's with the moon. We can be a bit depressed and melancholy. Be aware of that. And melancholy about what we're looking at in terms of our future for humanity, since Aquarius rules that. Things are not on the up and up. We're feeling heavy from recent events. So be aware of that. Now, Jupiter does go to the 4th house from the moon, and this is good for if you're shopping for real estate. This is a good day to shop for real estate, and it's a great day for you to possibly rearrange furniture, feng shui in your house, or just to redecorate, reorganize your home, and possibly go visit your mother, because the 4th house in Jupiter, you'll find you'll have some good communications at this time. So now I'm looking at November 11th. And with November 11th, we still have the moon in Aquarius. It's in late Aquarius, so before the evening it will switch into Pisces, but it's in the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapada. And I always say be careful with this nakshatra because it can be a little bit two-faced. But all at the same time, it is the nakshatra of visionaries. So you use your mind to see beyond things, but don't be persuaded by people who may not have your good intentions involved. So be aware. Listen always to your intuition. You will know. Well, and still Jupiter is, for most of this day, it's in the 4th house. So it's a good day to shop for real estate or to fix up or do improvements to your home and visit your mother. Okay, so that's a good day for that. Now Venus has gone to the 11th house from the moon. And with Venus being in the 11th house, it is also a good day to meet with friends, find connections with groups and organizations that you feel affinity to and like-mindedness with others. Okay. So now I'm looking at November 12th. And on the 12th, we have the moon in Pisces. Okay. And it has just crossed over Rahu. And with the moon being with Rahu, this is intense feelings. And this relates to Jupiter. So emotionally, we are feeling over the top. Things are extreme. And actually, the day before this, I noticed Neptune. The moon would have crossed over Neptune, but still the moon is very close to Neptune and Rahu. So be careful of not seeing things from a different light that is untrue. Neptune, moon, Rahu, you can be deceived. But the moon shifted from Purva Bhadrapada to Uttara Bhadrapada, which is the nakshatra of the serpent of the deep. So things are coming up from the depths of the soul during this time. But Pisces is kind, but I don't like it being with Rahu. So be aware that people are being irrational today. That's what I'm going to say, definitely irrational. And with Ketu being opposed the moon, relationships are not working out like they should. There's some issues and problems with your relationships. Don't fall for people being a victim, trying to take advantage of you. But Venus is in the 10th house from the moon, so you can get a lot of good work done today. Just don't let people persuade you too much. And Jupiter being in the 3rd house from the moon, it might be a nice time to go on a short trip. Traveling's fine. Another thing is, being in the 3rd house from the moon, you might get a visit from one of your siblings and it will go well. So now I'm looking at November 13th, and on this day, the moon is still in Pisces, but later on, towards the evening, it's going to shift into Aries. But half of the day, and remember, I'm looking at things from my time zone, which is Central Standard Time. Halfway through the day, the moon is in Pisces, and Pisces it's way past Rahu. Moon in Pisces in the nakshatra Revati, that is a lovely nakshatra for travels. And it's in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter's in the 3rd house from the moon, and 3rd house rules travels. Jupiter's coming up to oppose Mercury, and this is a great time for travel. As a matter of fact, to travel, by the way, I will be traveling during these times too. It's interesting that this is what it's good for. So traveling and meeting up with brothers or sisters, it's great for that. Short distance travels to see your siblings. This is great for that, as a matter of fact. And let's see. So yeah, Mercury goes 9th from the moon. I'm telling you, the whole time really that the moon is in Pisces, it's great for travel these past 3 days. So halfway through the day, towards the evening, we're going to get the moon. It's going to shift into Aries. So November 14th, this is the last day I'm going to look at for the 2nd week. So November 14th, we have the moon in Aries, and it is in the nakshatra Ashwini. Ashwini means moving fast, getting things done. Aries is fast and direct. Jupiter goes to the 2nd house from the moon. This is a great day for money, purchasing things, making money. Money will come to you. And with this, we're getting close to the full moon. So I want you to know this entire week, we have the waxing moon. And the waxing moon means it's time to get things done. And this is a perfect week to get things done because Mercury's not retrograde yet. And we have the waxing moon, which means bringing things to completion, to its fullness, work and get things done. Today, Jupiter is in the 2nd house from the moon, Good time for finances and money. Mercury's in the 9th house. Philosophically, you're learning new information of a spiritual nature. Mars is in the 4th house from the moon. This could mean some problems in your home. Maybe things breaking down. Just be aware and pay attention to your car. Your car could have some issues like mechanical things go wrong. And this can even be mechanical things around your house going wrong. Be aware. And if your mother calls, she may need your help. Mars in the 4th house, but I gotta say this, you could get into a fight. So be careful and be aware of these things. Let's see. So, all right. Mercury is actually 8th from the moon. So you're going to go through a lot of psychological rehashing of things, and this can affect you in terms of worrying about things from your past. So realize that the more that you heal, you get into what's going on. Mercury actually does really well in the 8th house. Getting involved with psychologically changing yourself. In other words, becoming conscious and aware of your actions will really help you heal and change and make your life better. So with that, that covers the 2nd week of November for you personally as well as globally. So you're going to want to know what the 3rd week holds for you, because a lot is about to come down and happen. And Saturn is stationing to go direct right around this time too. So hang in there and get ready for the 3rd week of November. And remember, if you want to know more about me, about signing up for the free newsletter, Patreon, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. And don't forget the Galactic Planner. You're going to want to sign up for it. Go to galacticplanner.com. And if you want to study with me, I have a whole online university. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.